Can you believe it? I'm actually using a selfie stick. Me. I never thought I'd use a selfie stick. You know, I remember watching videos on YouTube. There was like a thing in 2014 or 13, 15, one of those. They're like a dude in New York would literally like, people use selfie sticks like this, you know? Like, hey, I got my selfie stick game right here. You know, and they were, you know, at the time you thought they were stupid, you know? You laugh at them, like, oh, look at that. It's so snobby using a selfie stick. It's a fucking tool, man. It uses like, it gets good angles, you know? I don't have arms, a wingspan. I mean, I'm not, I don't have that kind of wingspan, you know? I'm a human being, yeah. But yeah, I'm an average human being, because there are human beings with that wingspan. Kawhi Leonard, he has a very, his wingspan is not a, he's an outlier. See, I like NBA. See, Kawhi Leonard, 6'8", one of the only guys to kind of guard LeBron James. I mean, he's going towards the end of his heyday. I think he's like 35. So he, even at 35, he still manages to do amazing, like leads the NBA in assists. But I digress. Not everybody likes the NBA. Some people, and some people are like, fuck you, man. LeBron James. You know, I really like LeBron James. I think he's a smart man. I really do. You know, I might disagree with some things. You know, we don't always agree with things, but I think to do the things. You know, we're actually born almost the same day. He's born December 30th. I'm born December 29th, and my Chinese zodiac is a dragon. You know, 1988. You know, it's crazy. I was thinking about I was looking at this generation. I'm taking care of little rabbits. You know, I think this is the generation of the rabbits, you know? And it's interesting because the Chinese zodiac is based on the lunar cycles, you know? And the Western zodiac is based on, the layman's. Because then we get into more complex things like your sun rising is your sun sign, right? So, for example, I was born December 29th. That's Capricorn. Capricorn 29th, you know? If you're interested in this type of stuff. Now people in NBA is like, talk about LeBron James. And I'm like, fuck, but I was just talking about the horoscopes. I actually like horoscopes a little bit more, so that one wins. Okay, here we go. Selfie stick. Guy, New York, used to run around, take the selfie stick. And I was like, man, I ain't never gonna use a selfie stick. And look at me now. I was like, dude, this fucking, maybe this phone, you know, nobody ever told me this phone records the way it does when you hold it vertically, you know? Nobody ever told me you had to go like this, you know, like, hey, Pixel, you should tell. Those are the little things that I would tell Pixel, you know. I just, you know, and I keep messaging them, and they blow me off because I feel like they're one of those people who are like, this guy's just trying to. Because you know what, I saw a video on YouTube, and I have very high regard of YouTube. Like for me, YouTube, if I see, for example, there's a history channel called Viper TV that's teaching, you know, PBS. Look, I give you, you know, I'll contrast this. PBS. We'll talk about ancient Egypt, but they'll just show the pictures. They just show the hieroglyphs, and they're like, Ramses III was a great pharaoh that lived in the year 1800 AB, BCEEE, you know, whatever, man. They're just throwing out these numbers, but let me see. I could probably look it up on Google later. I put it in the description, but all right. See, but they'll never look at the see, what these guys do is different. They look at the hieroglyphics and they'll read it to you. You feel me? Yeah. I don't know if you know what I meant. Like, they'll read it to you. Like, PBS, as much as I love them, and as much as, like, this is not a negative thing. You know, this is something where that's the only place I saw Egypt, other than books. And oh, wow, and the dollar bill, too. You know, the Freemasons laid the cornerstone. If you see LeBron James, if you see George Washington, because maybe they're the same type of stars, you know? If you see LeBron James laying down the cornerstone, you know, that song by Bob Marley. At least I heard him sing it. I think it's like a spiritual hymn. The stone that the builder refused will always be the cornerstone. Stone that the builder refused will always be the cornerstone. Man, I'm gonna get the cops get a call on me. This is like a Jewish neighborhood. What is he talking about? The stone? You anti-Semite? Oh my goodness. But hey, look at me. I don't know what the hell I am, man. You know, I think about this. You know, my grandfather is a mystery. My mom's private history, but I'll skip that. And my grandfather is a mystery. And you see, my family's from Honduras. And you see, Mexico is not Honduras. A lot of people, it's funny, I was dating a black girl and I was telling her, you know, there's a difference between Mexicans and Hondureños. She's like, really? Oh, you guys look all the same to me. And I was like, I'm Baha'i. In the Baha'i faith, we have gatherings when Baha'u'llah was born. And I went to the Baha'i. See, but the thing about the Baha'i faith, they're Jewish. No, they're not Jewish. Some of them converted from Judaism. Actually, a lot of them. That's why the Baha'is, when the revolution happened in the 1960s or 70s or 80s, sometime around there, we became an Islamic state. Shit. Oh my God. You know, just my brain, my ADHD brain. See, that's the thing about like people with my type of brain, you know? If you tell them to sit down for like, I'll give you an example. Oh man, maybe I can't talk about this right now. All right. Let's just say I know a friend who, I know somebody who was a teacher, and he tells me right now there are people at the age of 6 doing Zoom. You must understand, like, I don't know if it's good or bad, because the little rabbits, you know, they were born the years of the rabbit. I don't know. Look, I have a 1/12 chance of getting it right. 1/12 is not that bad. Maybe this is the world I get it right. Probably not, because 1/12 is 10%. So, man, that's one for my math people. Oh man, you know, I actually want to. I want to pay somebody to like add effects, because I know a dude that can literally add effects. Like, hey man, put wings on me. You put fucking wings on me, like a hieroglyphic, one of those cherubins, whatever you call that shit. You know, one of those things I always thought about, like there was like an angel. Oh, maybe I shouldn't show you this. All right, fuck. You know, they have their wings. I was thinking about this. You know, they have their wings, one going like this and one going like this, and his face is covered. That thing is cool. I'm just trying to show. This is the demonic device, so you'll remember this. Like you'll see them. I could go and put in the description 7 minutes and 7 seconds that I did this. You know, but see, there's a black cat. Why is that bad luck? I don't get it. I wish I knew. They say, oh, like, where did that myth started from? You know, the cats used to hold Egyptians. The cats was one of the most sacred beings, right? And then in Europe, it was burned to death. It was witchcraft, man. Oh my God, that stupid pendulum, right? It just keeps fucking swinging. What for this generation? What's gonna happen? I never saw this happening, you know. But you know, this guy, you know, he used to steal these selfie sticks, right? And I'm telling you, for me to do this, actually, I'm really trying, guys. I'm really trying, man. And I think there's like 10 people, 15 people now watching my channel, and I'm really happy. You know, if you go back and you see my videos, it was probably how many? I don't know, one person watching, you know. And I was like, but this is the thing, like, all right, when you see somebody who has, I'll give you an example, 200,000 subscribers, right? You know, the probability of you actually noticing somebody like that's highly unlikely, you know. Like, I'll give you an example. Oh, I feel like you don't see, for example, when you see somebody like David Blaine, I think that's the magician, his name, like, you see somebody do fleets of spectacular things, right? It's like trending #1 on YouTube, right? If you see him do that, you don't see all the hard work you put into it, right? If you see me playing guitar, you know, I'm 31 years old. I've been playing since I was 14, you know. I put in the work, you know. And you know what's funny, because within the guitar community, people be like, he sucks. Because I'm a rhythm guitar player. I don't have that flashy, you know. I just like, I play the guitar like a drum, you know. Like, I have very intricate rhythms. Like, I bet you you have to be see, this is my challenge to my guitar players. Like, try to do my rhythm patterns, and they're very unique. I have a very distinct sound that I've never heard anybody. I mean, this is the thing. I think this saying has a lot of truth, right? Like, Mario, that's been done before, you know. Everything in music has been done. Usually the oldest sayums are the ones that have a lot of truth. Why? Oh, look at this. What the fuck? Sorry guys, this is like, this is what I want to like my city to be, you know. And it sucks, you know. Why can't it be music and fire and like fucking like people dancing? And you know, when I was in South Africa, I remember I cried so much because I felt like a lot of old memories from my bones were in there. You know, I can't. I mean, you know, this is just spiritual beliefs. You don't have to believe in the things that I do. You know, everybody has this is America, man. I could have an opinion that differs from the norm. You know, it doesn't suit my physical characteristics. You know, and I'm not trying to swing a direction. If I am, I apologize. I'm just whatever. I feel like I'm the person. I always strive to be in the middle of things. You know, I really do. But I think if you're being existing in this reality, you will eventually, you know, miss the mark. You know, that's what sin means, to miss the mark. It's an arch. You missed it, man, but it's okay. You go and you try again. You know, oh yeah, this is, you know, actually this is what I wanted to call the video. The grass is always greener on the other side. I actually want the, sometimes if you notice in my other videos, I announce like the employee, or it was another my opinion, you know. I make the announcement, and then for here, like my 80s tonight, I guess I must be a lunatic right now. Luna means moon, and tick means mine, you know. I don't know. You know, the reason I show you what I know, because I feel like I want it. This is like my legacy, you know. How common is this, you know? I feel it's very uncommon. And this is my legacy that I leave to the world, you know? And you know what? I do not want to be in the protests. I do not want to be fighting. I don't want anything. I just want like a beach, you know? I want a margarita. I want to grow old. I mean, there's a reason why Martin Luther King Jr. told you the day before he got killed that he seen the mountaintop, right? Look that up. I'll put it in the description. See, in the 1960s, the left, the leaders were different. Look at James Baldwin. You know, maybe I sound like an old black person now. You know, maybe look at who else? Like even the most militant person like Malcolm X. Look at when he went to travel to Saudi Arabia, and he's Muslim, and he went to the city of Mecca. And look at him. You know, he was he came back and they shut up as soon as he said, "Guys, we all need to be together." Boom. You know, and he told you there was something trippy, because he was fighting with the nation, the brotherhood, right? The Muslim Brotherhood, who were Muslim, but they didn't adhere to them. Let's say they were more like a cult, but nothing's. I mean, it's kind of like cult has such a negative connotation in our society, so I'm hesitant to use that, even though it's very accurate. You know. Oh my god. What's that team called? The Colts? With it's like I forgot. I'm not really an NFL guy. You know what, guys? I'm not really an NFL. There's some dude. What I know, what like NBA, they do that with the NFL, and I'm like, what the fuck you talking about? And look at me. You know, go to a gym. You know, and look at the TV. It's gonna be like a game, right? I'll give you a sport. I'll give you basketball, because that's the one that I know. All right. Oh, that's dope. I want to have a motorcycle, but LA. As soon as you tell somebody you want to buy a motorcycle, they're like, "Mijo, te vas a morir." Hey. This Spanish saying, "Hey, son, you're gonna die, man." And I was like, "No, no me voy a morir." You know, like, but then I think about it. What are the probabilities that you live in a city? It's 4 million people, right? And you know the driving conditions. I'm a bicyclist. I love bicycles, and I said, if I put a motor on that bicycle, like, how much more would I like it? Whew, and I'll be like, a lot more. You know, there's a guy, I follow him. His name is Sadhguru G. He's in India. He follows Shiva. And look, it's funny because you think a guru, he's gonna be like the Pope, but he's the opposite Pope. You know, it's like the Black Pope. You know, and I mean that in a compliment. You know, a compliment to him. You know, see, I don't know why black has such a negative, like, I think it's nice, man. I love black. Black is the prettiest color in the see, there's some crazy world we live in, that when black is like evil, you know, black should be beautiful and white should be beautiful. And then like you just said blasphemy. Oh man. I guess the pendulum is swinging that direction, huh? You're burning the cats? Are you burning the cats? Or what was I'm trying to find it. Do you think they're a god, you know? And I think either one, the cat's still divine, you know? There's a reason why the Chinese zodiac has 12 animals, in the Western too, 12, right? What chance, you know? They're both base their astrology. See, in astronomy and astrology were not separate. They were twins. They were like Gemini, right? And they were viewed as a... See how... Okay, I'll give you an example. Virgo and Scorpio used to be together, right? So this is for my astrology people. This is like MBA level knowledge. All right, because you know I don't like fit that description, that stereotype of an astrologer. You know, I'm not white. I'm not like New Age. Hey man, for $9.95, I could see. The thing about YouTube that I've actually like, I used to make fun of that because I used to see that like that on TV where there's like this Latino dude like, si me manda $10, and this guy's still on fucking TV. He's still taking advantage of like señoras like my mom, you know, who like, don't get me wrong, man. The reason why my mom's magic is so powerful because she has faith. By having faith in something, sometimes you think the cat's evil, you know, if the faith is not pointed towards the God direction. And you know, one of my favorite stories, and I challenge you to listen to this. This is one of the hardest books you're ever gonna read because it's not gonna make any sense. And you think since it's ancient, it's like, oh, ancient people who were primitive, right? Look, we have technology. Well, if you could tell me how the phone works, I say you could say that. But if you cannot tell me how the phone is built, you know, from extracting the rare earth metals that you find in the Democratic Republic of Congo, to the children that work, that extract that rare earth metal and they risk their lives, they're black Congolese children. So if you're holding a smartphone, if you stole one from a store, or whatever reason you have a technology, and you understand that is the price that you're paying, you know. And trust me, America, e pluribus unum, out of many one. You know, like, hey, people are just really dumb, you know. I'm proud to be an American. I'll say it right now. This is the night Mario became a racist. Why is wearing the American flag racist, man? Should I wear a Mexican flag? Well, I'm half Mexican, so I need to put a Mexican flag, American and Hondureño, right? Because I'm Honduran too. Hey, that's why my hair is so curly. So my grandfather, man, ADHD, guys. This is why I try Ritalin. It works. I feel like I could have been the CEO of a Fortune 500 company, but I would have became Psycho. the movie. Yeah, watch that horror movie. I would have been like a man who uses his genius for like evil shit, man. He's definitely a seventh note. Ah, man, see, that's the thing. Maybe he would have had somebody with a time machine when he was like 5, when he was like horribly being like beat by his father, you know, because his father worked the 9-to-5 job. You know, maybe, you know, and that he hated, you know, maybe. And luckily I was blessed with a beautiful family, but I've met people that way, and they made me cry because it sucks to find out somebody could be so evil to a child, you know. And you know, most people are not as sensitive as me, so like, why is he getting emotional? And some people couldn't even tell, like, my eyes are a little red, and I'm making these videos just to leave a legacy, you know. But I really don't want to fight a war. I don't want to hold a gun. I don't want to shoot anybody. You know, I'm not even against the U.S. military. Actually, I'm for the U.S. military, but I'm against them killing. Maybe replace those guns with fucking, you know, lab coats, you know, in a book. You know, maybe we could become like doctors, all of them doctors, you know. And don't get me wrong, because we have enemies, you know. I don't want to become communist China where this video will be taken down by the Communist Party, you know. Trust me. I remember one time in college, I went to an organization called the California Community College Partnership, the CCP. I was wearing their shirt. I wear in their shirt. I'm going to community college because they trained me. They trained me how to be very smart in terms of how can I tell you? Every organization indoctrinates its employees in their ideology and their beliefs, and each one believes they're right. And that's the thing. Like, I think as long as there's balance, either one could be good. But if there's imbalance in one of them, well, I could tell you in the 1960s, the imbalance lied on the right side. That's easy to talk about. It's very easy to talk about. Because you go see the people in the parlors, the white men and women and the black men and women. And then you could see all the white people putting ketchup and screaming at them and calling them horrible names, right? All right, but in the 2020, something very interesting has happened, okay? And I felt like not even your greatest novelist could have predicted, and even not even me. Like, really? I thought I was gonna be fighting with them. But I guess Krishna said in his chariot to Arjuna, because Krishna was a prophet, and you think Krishna is peaceful, like Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Rama Rama. I'm not Indian. He told Arjuna. You need the yin and the yang, right? But he didn't tell him that, but I'm telling you that. But he told Arjuna. All right. You gotta go out there and fight, buddy. And whatever that means, though, because he was gonna fight against his family, and his family is. See, that's the thing. You should read the Bhagavad Gita. I'm just a layman. You should read the Quran. You should read all the holy books. If you hate something, you might as well read the Communist Manifesto. It's only like an hour long. You might as well read the Declaration of Independence. It's only an hour long. You probably invest more energy in like Pornhub or something like that. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not critiquing that, but maybe there's a little bit of a balance, Maybe even put like, hey, just take 10%, I bet you. And just choose a very bad vice. I could give you Fortnite, I'll give you video games, I'll give you splurging on things, sins, even good things. Maybe you're helping so much in the community that you forget to like go out and like, party, have a good night, because you're like killing yourself because you're like, I'm not saving everybody. I'm sorry, I have a very dark sense of humor sometimes, but that's how I feel like they're becoming. The people on the left, they're like getting burnt out. Like, dude, relax, man. This is my opinion. You want to challenge me, I welcome it. And not in a negative way. Like, I love arguing. Actually, I have a whole list. Like, I want to be like Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant is like, hey, man, he had a whole list of people he had like 17 people. And I'll be like, yeah. But this is the thing. Like, he was in high school. He was 17. Maybe there were 60 people ahead of him. He took down everyone. That's the Black Mamba mentality, right? But I want to be kind of like Chicano Mamba. See, and then people are like, you're not Mexican American. I am Mexican American. On top of that, I had Hondureño, And like I was saying, my grandfather, I suspect, damn it, that was like a whole rant. My grandfather, I suspect, was from Africa, man. I don't know, man. Native people didn't have this kind of hair. And maybe it was Middle Eastern too. I don't know. Maybe it was, I don't know. This is like, that's the thing. Like, there's a Garifuna people. Garifuna is actually, they were West African slaves that were carried through the Caribbean. But you can't really call them slaves because they were just in the ship and they managed to free themselves. There's a really good video. My phone might die, so watch this video. I put it in the description. All right. Their ship wrecked in an island of San Vicente in the Caribbeans, right? When they wrecked there, they'd kill all the white people. The pendulum was in a different direction for that generation. Each generation has its own unique one. Get ready, y'all. This is when it's coming.